And Dave, another important point that I would like to mention is that please do not wear any jewelry. So, of course, men generally don't wear much jewelry, but even if you are wearing a thick or any gold chain, uh, finger rings, see, unfortunately, what happens is that in our country, when someone meets with an accident, a terrible thing happens. That is, the onlookers show up and they take away all valuables. It is a shameful matter, but it happens. So, why unnecessarily wear things which can also attract unnecessary kind of attention? Instead of people trying to help you, they might think first, let me simply take away all jewelry from his body. So, yeah, Dave.
Yeah, very true. First of all, I don't know why people wear jewelry so much. Me personally, never was not into it. But yeah, just wear the bare minimum. Like say, for ladies, mm, your wedding necklace or probably nose ring, earring. That should be enough, right?
Yeah.
And for guys, uh, yeah, whatever you say, you have a earring, some astrologer advised you or something. Yeah, fine. I mean, uh, like wearing a bracelet, like thick gold bracelet or thick gold necklace and all. Why do you want to put yourself in risk, right? I
Correct.
mean, it can stay at your home safely. So very true, very very fantastic advice. Yeah, and also when it comes to cash, carry it, but not too much because cash is essential. A lot of places they don't have network, which in turn means UPI might not work, and also carry some change. Like in lower currencies, like 10 rupees, multiple 10 rupee, 20 rupee note, few coins, like that. Yeah, and try to use UPI as much as possible and use the cash, where absolutely it's necessary. Yeah, that's one.
And another thing that I do, Dave, uh, that is when we are touring, long tours. I realized this when I was doing the tour from Bhutan all the way till Calcutta. So we were on the road for, I don't know, probably 10 days or more. And we were riding through all kinds of terrain, all kind of weather. So I, of course, was using a cell phone for navigation. Now, here, most of us these days buy high end cell phones, expensive cell phones. And if you actually put your 50,000, 80,000, 1,50,000 phone on your cell phone holder on the motorcycle handlebar and do a 10-day ride, it will face some damage. It could be through vibration, it could be through weather, it could be through just in case it falls off. I believe it happened to Dave once its cell phone fell off, correct? So, uh, so I prefer carrying a budget phone with a very good battery backup. These days you get budget phones for 12, 13,000 rupees with 5,000, 6,000 mAh battery. So, uh, if you are someone who tours frequently, frequently means even once in 4 or 5 months, if you go on a tour, buy one budget phone and use that for navigation. Simple. So that way, anything happens to the phone. See, worst case scenario, even if you meet with an accident, then your 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh rupee phone will not hit the ground. So your main phone can be in your luggage safely, and you can use a budget phone for navigation.
Totally agree. Very, very brilliant idea. And so it's like making the cheap phone as like a burner phone. Even if it's goes away in some kind of accident or for because of nature forces. Heat or the or the rain, even they can damage, they can also brick a phone, right? So yeah, it's a very good idea. And also, I think you had mentioned, you don't need to have an extra SIM to this cheaper phone. You can just hotspot your, expensive phone in your saddlebag or in your top box, and through that, you can run apps, uh, Google Maps and stuff like that. So
Correct.
I haven't tried personally, but I'm very, very curious to do that.
Yeah.
And
Only thing what
I'll
can
take,
happen,
yes.
only thing what can happen is that when we run hotspot from our primary phone onto the budget phone, which is kept onto the mobile phone holder, then your primary phone needs some airflow. If it is tucked into some luggage and if it doesn't have any airflow, because it is constantly using 4G, 5G internet, and also the trans receiver is working, that it is sending considerable amount of data to the other phone, then it can heat up a lot. So, that concern is there. I mean, you can do it for short periods. You can use it for 1 hour, half an hour. It's okay. But if you're using all day long, then it's not so nice for your primary phone. But again, you know, get a SIM card, prepaid card, recharge it only for that time. How much does it cost these days? 300, 250 rupees a month, 1.5 GB, 2 GB per day. It's more than enough, correct? Put it in your budget of that tour. That's it, correct?
Yeah, very true. That can be done.
Yeah.
And I would say a small jugaad would be for this, instead of buying a SIM card. Well, what you can do is, I mean, you can just hotspot it, and you don't need to keep the GPS for the entire journey. You just say, it's like when you put on a Google map, it says like the next 100 kilometers, it's like straight road, right? So just turn it off. Just turn it off. That way, the phone won't get heated up. You also can save the your data as well.
Correct.
So don't always keep. That's what I would say. Don't always keep the GPS on all the time. Um, so you're going or with the exception of, like, say you meet some traffic, there's some crash or some construction. You can see like a huge traffic jam. Then again, like, fire up see if better to take an alternate route, or wait in the same route you're in. So that's the thing. So try to use what do you call the Google Maps judiciously as possible.
Got it. Absolutely. Wow. Very, very interesting points. And another very important point is that, it sounds like a very basic thing, but very critical, and many people don't do it. That is, drink water when you are riding a motorcycle. Now people will say, yeah, I don't have that camel bag, backpack which carries water. I don't have that. Just keep it in a bottle. Simple. you know, carry multiple bottles of whatever, Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up bottle, put water into it, and keep 2, 3 here, there. So, extremely critical.
Yeah, cannot agree more, because when it comes to hydration, when it comes to riding, hydration is of paramount, uh, you know, it's very essential, of paramount necessity. And I would say, try to drink at least half a liter every an hour. That should be this one. And also, please carry electrolyte. So when you're sweating, it's just not your, body. I mean, your sweat has electrolytes as well. It's all like getting discharged away from your body. So it has to be replaced. And so apart from normal water, you need to take some kind of like a ORS, electrolytes or something. Just mix it in your water bottles,
Yeah.
and try to, I would say, depending, every uh, 100 or 150 kilometers, try to take a hydration break. Or if you have a hydration pack which you're on your backpack, no, well, I mean, yeah, you know what to do. Keep sipping it, right? And so again, hydration is of paramount importance, and it is just simple. Come on, I mean, our bodies are like water, like almost over 65% water. So we are essentially like close to 70% water. The earth is like sea, close to like a body composition. Almost 70% of the earth is water, right?
Yes.
And a brain is like probably over 80%, 80% water. So your brain is like doing a lot of work as well, and it has to be in top condition. And for that, it needs to keep be supplied with water. And also it's essential for your kidneys as well, right? So basically, water is life. Yeah, so please be hydrated. Carry like at least 2 liters of water whenever you start your ride. And you know so once you're done with, like, say, a liter or a liter and a half, then replenish it. Go and buy another a liter or two. And so that way your ride is going to be comfortable and less tiring, less exhausting. And also lack of water leads to muscular cramps, which is very painful and not good. So you might unnecessarily you have to rest for extra hours or extra day or something until your muscle recovers, right? So it also needs water and electrolytes. Yes.
Superb. Very important point. So I would like to add another point to this. That is, now when we are touring, for multiple reasons, we might not eat on time, because you're on a nice highway and you don't wish to stop, you're enjoying the ride. And uh, you reach some area and you don't like the dabas or hotels which are there. You probably find them very unhygienic and you don't want to eat there. And you're going on for extended periods of time without food. Okay, you're consuming water, which is great. But our brain needs glucose. Now, very few people understand this, that our brain's primary food is glucose. It is like, sugar. It needs sugar. So without it, it cannot process at its optimum performance. And when you're riding a motorcycle at high speeds and doing all the operations, clutch, brake, this, that, your brain is working about 5 times harder than what it would when you're generally working at office or sitting at home. So your brain is consuming way more glucose than normal times. So when you go without food for 6 hours, 7 hours, at least have some bars. You get these protein bars, glucose bars, keep some chocolates with you. So keep them in your tank bag. Healthy, high nutrition snacks, you get them. So quickly have one in case you're not able to have a meal on time. Yes, Dave.
Because totally agree. Yes, very true. It's biking, riding motorcycle is essentially like a cardio. It's like a cardio. So it needs to be, your body needs to be replenished with sugar. So glucose, yes. Carbohydrates, they are also very essential. So go easy on protein, I would say. And consume carbs during intense riding, long distance riding. And of course, like very very you brought up a very very important situation, where you're traveling and for long stretches you might not have a nice restaurant. So there'll be some, dhaba frequented by truckers. I don't have anything against truckers, but well, I mean, a lot of people have something against truckers, and they don't want to. They are selective. A lot of people are selective with what kind of restaurants that they go. So some people, they may not like going to dabas where truckers frequent, or or some people, they're looking for a restaurant with a certain budget. So some people want cheap, some people want something expensive, some want something elaborate or simple. So it so happens, like, you also are, in a kind of a, when you're riding, you're on certain, like a, daily goal, hourly goal as well. You want to, reach this particular destination at, say, 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. or whatever. So in that case, searching and, going to restaurant, waiting for the waiter, ordering, eating, and coming back, it's gonna, you feel, it's a lot of precious time resource, time consuming. So instead of that, always carry, some packets of, energy biscuits, or even simple glucose powder, whatever, Glucon D we used to get. I don't know if it's still there or not, something like that. Or, some people prefer bananas. Some people prefer, I prefer, dry fruits. Great source of energy, especially like dates and raisins, and almonds, all those stuff. Amazing, snack, right? Which is also filling, and also gives, and it's also a clean superfood as well.
Absolutely. Yes. Awesome. Very, very critical points being mentioned here. So now we would like to know, how do you plan your stay? Hotels. Now, few important factors to be considered. Point number one is the budget, of course. It's always nice to be frugal, especially when you're on a motorcycle tour, because if your tour is going to last for 10 days, then it's always nice to spend as little money as possible. And next, the hotel needs to have safe parking, because your most loud motorcycle would be in the parking, and if you feel that the parking is not safe at all, then you'll not be able to get decent sleep in the night. So now, how do you plan this? Like, I would like to know, do you pre-plan all the hotels before you start the tour itself, or how do you do it?
Fantastic. That's sleep is one of the most, essential thing, we do every day. So, and, good sleep comes with good physical conditions as well. So, with that, booking hotels is of absolute importance, right? So, to answer your question, no, I don't plan. I don't plan hotel bookings. In very advance. It's almost every time it's almost on the same day, and sometimes even, like, it's very spur of the moment. Like, after reaching the destination, I look for hotels and I book them. So a lot of people, it might be surprising or shocking, but that's what I follow, because there's a lot of uncertainty involved in these multi-day long riding road trips on motorcycles or cars. So you never know actually at what exact time and whether you're gonna reach that particular destination on that, the same day, right? Because of, say, there might be a huge traffic jam. It happens all the time in our country. Or or there might be some some political
Weather, yeah.
rally. Yeah, there might be some political rally, or there might be some law and order situation, And what are you going to do if you like, book in advance and you're not able to reach that particular destination, right? It's money wasted. So always I plan hotels always, on the previous day or on the same day. Mostly it's on the same day, and so that's one thing. And what I do is, so you go to on Google Maps, right? And you just search hotels. I mean, come on. I mean, it's 2025. Exploit the shit of technology, and you based on your budget, you can select your budget range in that. You know, say you want something below 2,000 or below 3,000, below 1,500, whatever is your budget. Select that budget slider, and then it will filter out all the hotels within that particular budget. And then you look for the ratings, check for go into that particular hotels Google page, check on go through the reviews, recent reviews, and check the rating, and then most importantly, check the photos of that hotel. Check, even the photos are organized, room, interior, exterior, street view, by the owner, by guests. It's like so amazing, just check individually. So go through, the rooms. Okay, fine. Okay, it's well, neat, clean, or chalta hai, no problem. And most importantly, check also check, try to check the location as well in the city. So that's very important that I consider. I prefer not to stay in city centers because of so much of traffic, and there are sounds coming from all the buses and trains, that you have to for especially for people who are light sleepers, right? I mean, so that's very important. Try not to get a hotel close to uh, railway station, right? And or even if you don't have any option, try to check for like kind of like soundproofed or something with heavy curtains. Or best thing is, uh, take make few cotton balls and plug it into your ear. So a hotel can either make or break your next day. Very, very important. So if you haven't had a decent sleep, then the how much you can cover the distance the next day will surely gonna take a hit. And it has happened to me. And they might be like so harmless thing, and subtle things that can really mess you up, right? So there was this one particular hotel in Shirdi I stayed, and room was like fantastic, on next to the main road itself, clean with AC, and fair pricing. So I check in, and it's almost close to sleeping time. I turn off everything, and then I see the sound is not getting reduced from the main road traffic. So I'm like wondering like how what's happening. All the door is shut, the windows are shut, and then I see on the balcony door, almost for like 4 inches there was a gap. So the sound and the air were easy were can was able to flow easily. So things like that. So it took an extra hour or something for me to get back to sleep. Some people won't even be able to sleep properly the whole night, right? and and then there was another hotel. Everything same thing. Everything was perfect, somewhere in Gujarat. But then early morning, I started hearing the sound of pigeons. Yeah, so very, very loud, and it was so the later hours of sleep, kind of got messed up. I mean, right? So they're like things like that. So basically, look for of course, how clean the hotel rooms are, right? And and also look for, of course, I always ask for private parking space, basement, or at least within their compound, whether they have parking or it's like street parking. Okay, in case you won't have option, and ask like whether there are CCTV, right? That's and even though it's a street parking, get your motorcycle close to the CCTV. Have a try to carry a disc lock, chain lock. These are all like helps.
Very, very well explained, Dave. It's always good to carry additional locks also. You get a disc lock for 200-300 rupees. See, if someone really wants to steal your motorcycle, they will steal it in the end, but at least you're making it difficult for them. So, wow. Dave, I have an interesting question. Now, when you are on a tour, the last tour you did was what, 15 days plus, correct?
Yeah, it was almost over 3 weeks, probably like 23, 24 days. Yes.
Wow. So, more than 3 weeks of touring. How do you manage your clothes? Like, how do you wash them? How do you dry them? It's a critical question, right?
Hey, Vikas, so very important question. Clothes are very critical, right? Of course, by goes without saying. And how I manage? I mean, I simply wash every few days. That's what I do.
But how will that
I
dry?
carry.
See, what I want to know. Oh, clothes take time to dry, and you
Yes.
are in a hotel room.
Yes.
You might not have provisions to dry your clothes, and most of the time you'll check into a hotel room probably 7-8 o'clock in the night, or sometimes much later, and you'll be leaving again in the morning. So, will clothes dry in that time, and where do you dry them?
Yeah, very good question. So, Vikas, you won't believe I have checked into hotel at say 11:30 p.m. in the night, and I've washed like two pieces of clothes at like 12 a.m. So, so here's the thing. What almost every day I used to wash. After checking in was of course uh, my top wear, which I wear like a full sleeve active wear, uh, you know, uh, before the jacket, right? And so they are pretty much fast drying. They're made of mostly polyester, so they dry within few hours. You give a few squeezes, and post washing, they'll dry in few hours. And when it comes to say clothes like jeans or what do you call cotton clothes, they're gonna take some time. And what I've done is switch on the fan at a little bit at higher speed after washing. Yeah, just spread it out all inside your room. Put some on the most of the hotel rooms have a chair, so just hang them on the chair handles on the back of the chair. And some hotels have hangers, closet, just do some jugaad. Then there will be like a curtain pole in across the window, so hang them there. And
You can
yes,
use
I
your
mean,
bungee cords also and make like a line, and hang your clothes there.
wow, I never have tried it. What an amazing innovative idea. Desi jugaad. Yes, I have to try that next time.
When you're touring,
Yeah.
you'll be having bungee cords with you, so you'll be able to kind of
Yes.
hook it to one place to another, and hang your clothes on that. And another tip, scientifically, clothes dry faster in air conditioner. I mean, when there is air conditioning in the room, because it's
Very,
dry air. Air is drier, and it will have more space to take away the moisture. So, you know,
yes.
instead of putting off the AC, put it on full power, and clothes will dry probably 5 times faster than they would dry under a fan.
Yeah. Very true. Very true, Vikas. So I toured, in pretty much kind of like a peak of summer. So I didn't have much challenges in getting my clothes dried because I was staying in mostly AC hotel rooms, and in some places, I mean, just because of the heat, it used to dry. Even though I struggle, my body struggle with of course, fan at full speed. So never had a situation where I had to carry wet clothes inside my bike luggage. Yeah.
And I think in Decathlon or so, do we get adventure underwear? Or because see, I mean, when someone is in the military or someone is going on some adventure, there'll probably be some underwear which they can buy and can kind of use it multiple times, because it's a very serious matter. Just in case during your motorcycle tour you do not have an option to have a bath, you're not getting a nice hotel, not able to change your underwear, probably we should look into some brand which we can buy from Decathlon or somewhere and use that kind of underwear.
Well, because personally, I don't have any information regarding that.
Yeah.
But then, when it comes to me, I just wash it every day. Fresh one
Yes.
before every ride is a must.
True. Wow. Awesome. So now let's talk about the places that you have visited, Dave.